Namaskar. Welcome to Dr. Rao's Temple of Learning. This is your YouTube channel, Spiritual Management Course. Today we are discussing the 25th discourse entitled as Energy of Consciousness Part 2. Yes, this is Dr. A.P. Rao, Vice President, Telecom Division, HPLI Private Limited, MIDC Ranjangaon, Pune, Maharashtra, India. So welcome to the second part of the discourse, Energy of Consciousness. Summary of part 1 says, we have seen that the consciousness may be defined and analyzed with different approach in psychology, biology, technology, and in spiritual management. The four layers of consciousness are mind consciousness, sense consciousness, store consciousness, and manas, and it also manifests itself in the form of individual minds. We have also seen that the three levels of energy of consciousness may be mind states as wakefulness, awareness, and consciousness as per the spiritual management approach. The spiritual management approach says if one wishes to study the generation of consciousness, one can start with wakefulness. And now the part 2. The example depicting illusion amongst mind, brain, and consciousness. Let us now speak about mind, brain, and consciousness analytically. There is a specific word for mind in Eastern philosophy as mana, and it is different than brain. The complex interactions among the brain's nerve cells create self-consciousness in individuals. Neurobiologists have long held that the brain exclusively derives the mind and that the mind serves only to the individual self. Let us differentiate very clearly among brain, that is Mastish, mind, that is Man, and consciousness, that is Chetna. This helps us to understand their reach, that how far they can go. You can see from the table the details. Brain is a physical thing while mind is a mental thing, and consciousness is our unique awareness. Brain is made up of blood vessels and nerve cells, while mind is hypothetical, and consciousness is a mind without brain. Brain has a specific shape and structure while mind does not, and consciousness is a brain process resulting from neural mechanism. The brain coordinates functions of body while mind is understanding and thought processes. And consciousness is will, desire, and not a process but a kind of behavior as per the spiritual management approach. And then brain being a physical can be touched, while mind cannot be sensed, can be sensed only, and consciousness decides intelligent perception and conceptual thought. The spiritual management approach says that the brain is the instrument of mind which gets enlightened in presence of consciousness. So, brain may advise the mind to learn, understand, or feel the presence of consciousness around. The spiritual management approach says that the brain resonates at different frequencies and different mind states are generated. You can see from the picture. At the bottom, gamma rays between 30 to 70 cycles per second speed are the fastest brain wave responsible for external conscious state of mind. Then beta rays between 12 to 30 cycles per second speed indicates normal waking consciousness and active and focused thinking of mind. Then alpha rays between 8 to 12 cycles per second speed shows relaxation, calmness, wakefulness, and sometimes half sleep or meditative level of mind. It is inner conscious state of mind. Then theta rays between 4 to 8 cycles per second speed shows drowsiness, light sleep, dreams, imaginations, thinking, etc. It is deeper consciousness state of the mind. And finally, the delta rays have frequency less than 4 Hz and are indicative of deep and dreamless sleep or deep meditation. This state of mind is the deepest consciousness to feel presence of consciousness in surrounding environment. So this way we can analyze the brain, mind and consciousness. The spiritual management approach says that as we reduce the vibrations in the brain below 4 Hz to become calm, starts sensing universal minds of consciousness field around us. Eastern spiritual management believes in the possibility that one's mind, that is mana, might exist in the absence of one's body. That is, mind is an entirely different entity than the body. This is only the energy in universal consciousness that provides energy to individual minds and brains. Before discussing about this slide, let us recall that the term conscience and conscious are different. Conscience is the part of our personality that helps us determine between right and wrong and keeps us to work upon our most basic urges and desires, while our consciousness is our awareness of ourselves and the world around us. The spiritual management suggests that consciousness is located in one's own mind, further external to the dimensions of the physical world. To this consciousness only they are calling mind, the man, which is different than physical brain as per my spiritual management approach. As per the scientific investigations, the human brain accounts for only 2% of body's mass, but demands a large portion of the body's total energy budget, about 20% or so, according to the research. What does it indicates? It indicates that the main function of energy in the brain is to fuel neural signaling and information processing, while consciousness can be minimally sustained with energy use at only 42% of the level that occurs in healthy conscious individual. This suggests that much cerebral metabolic activity in normal waking state does not directly contribute to the consciousness. This is a scientific finding. That's all for this part 2. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. We shall continue the discussion in part 3 of the discourse, Energy of Consciousness. Thank you. Thank you very much.